Last night a bitch nigga shot a real nigga. But we don't make no diss records, we just deal with it. Plus I be going through a lot, I never talk about it. And they using niggas songs in court, so I can't talk about it. Rap niggas think I'm dumb, like I don't see the play. I let them think they got the ups, and get them out the way. On FaceTime, my brother telling me he shot my mama, telling me to chill, but I know he seen that nigga face. But that's enough about that part. Talking about respect, well, it's a must about that part. Playing with my money, well, then it's up about that part. Cause when it's time to play ball, don't give a fuck about that part. They know I'm that nigga when they see me. Her man crush been a hater, her little brother won't beat me. Her friend been on my dick since I was passing out CDs. Her baby daddy a mark and her boyfriend probably a weenie. 3,300 on my book bag. Left some niggas in the past, but I don't look back. Shit kinda different, I ain't the man that I was. I seen death in too many forms and I ain't never really shook that. Gonna let him rock you to sleep, true colors better believe him. I know that God got me, but I be riding with my reaper. Praying with my kids and even then I got my heater. And I be stepping so hard, this hoes in $1,000 sneakers. Take your bitch when I meet her and you ain't seen her in about 3 days. Knew I was a threat, I passed that stick like a relay. Spin it back to back, it's like a motherfucking replay. Turn your son into a bitch when I shoot, I think I'm D-Wade. Told him I'm a savage, if I want it, I'ma have it. Playing with my lettuce, cook your head like a cabbage. Tell them that I'm rich and I'm solid, that's the advantage. Bitch, bad kids, fresh little nigga, you can't stand it. Tell them big checks, yardsticks, not a roof. All I smoke is ops and I don't never smoke a hookah. Looking for a blessing that's worth of Jesus and Judas. Tell them niggas game 6, my whole team full of shooters. I slide on a nigga like a motherfucking flip-flop. Pressure on your homie and I promise he a flip-flop. Talking that wookie-woo, something. I know the police listen, so I ain't really saying nothing. I know these niggas envy, they can't manage how they feel. Jealousy's for bitches, you niggas pussy for real. A nigga get the drop and he happen to shoot. First we heal up and get back. We ain't going on the shirt, I swear to God. Now woo-woo, something. I know the police listen, so I ain't saying nothing. Talking now woo-woo, something. Nigga cock back and aim and leave you bleeding where you running. Swear to God, nigga.
What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal? Rich Trapper tapping in, TNN Trap News Network. Back in the thing, like cook, cracking the thing here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that good news you can use. It's that good knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college, big dog. Hit the like, hit the comment, hit the get subscribe button. Everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that news you can use. That knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college. Hit the like, comment, subscribe button, notification bell. Hit all. Stay tapped in for the latest and the greatest. What we have going on here at TNN Trap News Network. I ain't finna hold y'all too long, but if you would like to be a part of this Rich Trapper family, hit me up on Instagram, TRAPNEWS, NETWORX, and looking for more correspondence for the Trap News Network family, man. Young and Hefe's been doing a great job of covering this King Pill situation as far as what's been going on the side of the Hoovers. And, you know, we about to see what he got going on, because when it comes down to the 1-2 step like Sierra, you feel me? King Pill has been making a lot of bad decisions, man. For those of y'all who don't know, he slid up to the 40s. He has since tried to get his media team to get that situation kind of remedied and all that. It didn't really work too well. But when it's all said and done, you know, here we are. We finished jumping to this content. I don't see what's going on.
I guess it was some things that I may have been confused about, and some things that I wasn't privy to. Now, what he did do, he definitely went down there to the 40s trolling, and I'm going to get the rest of the footage on that, because he was on that corner of Vernon and Fig on a light post doing pull-ups, you know what I'm saying? He walked up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and what Ant Hefe's talking about is actually this video that I put out yesterday, and King Pill's team doesn't want this video out, but why they sent it to people in the penitentiary is beyond me, but let's get to it. Right here.
What's up? Fuck 4X, man. Fuck 4X or not? Fuck 4X? Fuck 4X.
The Mexican kid just looks so confused, bro. This kid's like, he's like 12. What are you doing?
Where we at right now?
This is incredibly stupid. Look how young this kid is.
Fig and Vermont. Fig and Vernon, nigga. We on
Fig and Vernon. He said Vermont. The kid don't even know where he's at.
Fig and Vernon, nigga. Off the bat, nigga. At the town, right? Fuck 4X, nigga. Off the
These are
back.
These are literal kids.
Tams off the back. We right here, Fig and Vernon off the back. Get up in this thing. Big partridge, you don't know we learning direct with this shit. No motherfucking cable. Nigga off the rib, off nigga. The back. No cable, nigga. Shut his TV off, nigga.
All right, let's shoot.
He said, all right, let's shoot. You can hear the dude is trying to hurry up and get out of there. Listen.
Shut his TV off, nigga.
All right, let's shoot.
All right, let's shoot. Let's get the fuck out of here, bro. You can tell they making a quick in and out mission, bro. Like, come on, man. And that's King Pill. That was a quick in and out mission. That was sick. But that's what they were talking about. That's the footage. Let's get back to what Young Hefe was talking about.
Express that the recipient of hot titles, theatrics, and that situation I brought to you guys earlier. So earlier, I brought you guys a segment on King Pill, you know what I'm saying, about how he went down there to Rolling 40s, trolling 4XTRAZ. Ever since he been in the media, you know what I'm saying, trying to get that squabble with 4XTRAZ, and he been seeing that 4XTRAZ ain't been dealing with him and or messing with him. He been trolling miserably, you know what I'm saying, doing anything, pulling all type of tricks out the hat, you know what I'm saying, to try to get 4XTRAZ to leap and hop out there, you know what I'm saying. He wants a payday. Now, in a segment I brought to you guys, I guess it was some things that I may have been confused about, and some things that I wasn't privy to. Now, what he did do, he definitely went down there to the 40s trolling, and I'm going to get the rest of the footage on that, because he was on that corner of Vernon and Fig on a light post doing pull-ups, you know what I'm saying. He walked up, you know what I'm saying, met a young little Mexican kid, you know what I'm saying, shook hands with him, was talking to people as if he was a community activist. He definitely did that. Now, about this park situation, I was under the impression, like I'm pretty sure a lot of people was under the impression, that he did not tap in and he went to that park trolling 4XTRAZ in order 40s and Doty and whoever else he beefing with, because he thought that was they set in our section. But they're only a few blocks away, so if you don't know the geographical location of what's going on, then you definitely can be confused, and just hearing that this is 48th in the 40s, you can definitely give the block in or that park to the 40s. Now, I just get a call. I get a call from somebody from Hoover. They tap in with me like, hey, man, I heard about that segment, man, you dropped earlier, man, you know, you dropped some things that wasn't accurate. I'm like, what wasn't accurate? Like, you know, everybody know he was trolling. Everybody seen what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? They was watching his stories. Other people was recording it. They was sending it around like, what wasn't accurate? He went to the 40s and he was trolling. He knew who park he was going to. He knew that park belonged to the Hoovers. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, okay, well, why we didn't see nobody from Hoover? You know what I'm saying? Because all we seen was King Pill, G Uno, and some other Damu members, you know what I'm saying? And they was trolling. Hey, where we at? Oh, we right here on Vernon. Now, but I don't understand.
Now, that is true. But what's also been shown, what's also been stated, 6 came and got the mix. I forget the dude's name, but he's also on a song too. He's from Hoover, and that's where the Hoovers came into place. I'm not sure if he's making a stance on behalf of the Hoovers as far as their entire organization, but I do know that he is in fact affiliated with that fraternity and all that kind of stuff, so I'm not going to sit here and jump out the window and say, oh, well, this is the Hoovers striking a wookie band with the 40s and all that kind of stuff, but he did mention, I believe, X4 in his song, because he's from Hoover, and that's what they do in the LA drill scene, is seemingly what is developing, is diss each other and all that kind of stuff, so I'm not really going to jump out the window and say, like, oh, he's dissing the 40s. I think he dissed X4. I don't think he dissed the 40s, so to speak. I could be wrong, because in that same song, King Pill disses the TRAZ. You know, he says that T-word that disrespects the TRAZ. He said the T-word that disrespects, you know, like the Fruitown Brims, or it might disrespect the Fruitown Power Rules as well. And he was very adamant about that. Now, King's Pill team is making an attempt to try to clean up this behavior, because his manager doesn't want to be associated with gangster rap. But with that being said, it's not really looking too good because King Pill himself has yet to come out and actually say anything about this situation and say like, yeah, I was wrong or maybe I made a mistake. Again, I do want to emphasize and re-emphasize, Bompton G. Uno has since come out and said like, you know, maybe this wasn't the best decision, and he was a man about the situation. He was very accountable and he was very respectful of all sides involved, including himself and, you know, the opposing factors, with making it clear what intentions were and regards to what actually happened. So, you know, Bompton G. Uno has since made sure that was abundantly clear. Meanwhile, King Pill's kind of playing the side of the fence of, I can kind of do what I want to do. I'm not really tripping. And he's heavy on the dissing. So King Pill's probably looking for, is probably up for a different consequence than Bompton G. Uno. But let's get back to Young and Hefe and see what he's talking about.
Was G. Uno position, him being somebody from Compton, a neighbor community right next door, why would he throw fires on the flame and antagonize the situation? I don't know what's him and 4XTRAZ beef. I don't know if he's just hopping in the beef like he want to squabble, if he's just linking up with King Pill on some power rule love and like, man, you down here in the city, so I'ma slide with you type situation. But he should have definitely checked that situation, is what I was thinking in the beginning. Like, why would he come over here playing these games? If he was on Crenshaw and Fig, he was dead wrong. You know what I'm saying? He was dead wrong. And as I said before, that type of behavior can start a gang war. And I don't know, you know, his status with his hood, if his homies gonna get at him behind that, that's not even my business. But that was unwarranted, you know what I'm saying? Now, what I did find out is that King Pill had permission to go to that park in the Hoovers. He had permission to go to the park and shoot that music video. That music video was shot with G. Uno and shot with Hawk from 9-4 Hoover. So,
well, you know what? That's interesting because, hold on, let me pull my camera back up. It's interesting that that video was allowed to be shot in the Hoovers because the original version is where he's dissing the gangster Crips and he's dissing the trades. He's saying the T word. Now, it's probably edited out because you have Hawk on the song now, but if you listen to the original version of that song, it's heavily dissing the gangster Crips and the trades. So it's interesting for the Hoovers to take that position and allow that music video to be shot. I guess it would be a different situation if it is the edited version that now no longer has those disrespectful terms, but it's interesting to notice that in gang politics, I'm wondering, does that matter if it got edited out, despite the fact that it was said so aggressively and so brazenly, even to the point where Adam 22 said it on No Jumper and quoting it while having a conversation with Wack. We all know that the Hoovers and the gangsters have a very tight alliance, so it's interesting to see it kind of go that direction.
So Hawk from 9-4 Hoover, he was that pass down there in the 50s on some Hoover Street time. And said, let's go right here. We're going to shoot this in the park. I'm saying right here close to the 40s. And if I'm not mistaken, he might have been over there with the Damus trolling in the 40s. You know what I'm saying? From what I heard verbatimly that was told to me, it was his suggestion. Like, hey, man, let's go down here and troll him. We can go to his hood and do it right.
Overall, bad idea.
I just be tripping how people be mad at me, right, when I be reporting these situations and this type of ish. And some people be trying to record certain things as police work. How? How? When you guys are getting on camera, trolling, video cameraing yourself in people's community that you don't belong in, doing pull-ups, doing push-ups, talking to people, acting like a community activist, and then an enemy of this guy gang from LA basically welcome a Compton Damu and a Pomona Damu to troll his enemy in his hood. It's crazy work out here. And this is the summertime, and people know what's going on, and when bodies get to start dropping, people wonder why these senseless murders happen, because for every action, there is a reaction. So I had to come and spit the knowledge that was dropped upon me pertaining to this phone call that King Pill was down there with the Hoovers, and or a Hoover. So that's probably why when Smack and, you know what I'm saying, TF said they got the phone call that some guys was down here in the park, old dude from Hoover probably spoke up like, hey, Hoover, I'm a Hoover member. You know, I got these dudes down here with me. But just me still being a dude from the 50s, I just would have been like, man, what's going on? Oh, yeah, man, you know, get that out of here. But I guess just like, you know, on the basis of enemy and in the name of 4XTRAZ and the 40s, the troll was allowed. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely had permission, and I guess they had the dude from Hoover on the song. You know what I'm saying? I ain't heard the song. I guess that was some of the song that was playing in the background. We definitely heard Doty name, something about Doty getting chin checked and stuff like that. But, so hold on, matter of fact, right? I played some footage from back on Fig earlier with them talking about the situation, but some more footage just furthermore fell in my lap. So we about to drop this little footage of how they feel. And you already know, man, it's the Hef way and the Hef effect. We gonna commentate.
That's scary as hell, homie. Y'all really was looking? Come on, I'm gonna go tell you. I'm gonna go take you where they at, man. Nah, I ain't looking for that.
It was the homie on the thing who came and got me all the time. It was like, come on, they doing that. They need to go to them area and do that. Like,
They probably didn't know, homie. They ain't from out here.
Like, this is my kids. Come on, I bring them up here every day.
You go up there and crash out and look like a damn fool. You feel me? Go playing that game like that. Like, you know where to go find who you looking for.
Oh, yeah.
So look.
And that's real talk right there. That's from real members from that community. You wasn't over there looking for nobody. Y'all was playing a kids game.
All these guys up there, they out the 50s. So that part is recreational to them and parts that they all grew up in. So obviously, it was a miscommunication on Hawk from 94 Hoover behalf. Obviously, he didn't tell nobody or didn't tap in with nobody from the 50s and tell them that he was about to bring King Pill and some G Uno dude and the rest of the Don Moves down there to do a diss track on 4XTRAZ in they park. Now, y'all see, Smack, TF and them, they feel like, man, look, we don't even want that type of publicity in our area because they are guys that's really next door to the 40s and really are living this, and this can be retaliation towards their community. And King Pill, Wayland, Pomona, or somewhere in Atlanta, New York, somewhere, G Uno in Compton, or wherever he at, or wherever he live at.
And now the Hoovers is left to deal with the 40s for sure.
Ain't no telling. And these are dudes that's over there that are in that community and pillars of that community. It would have been more better for Hawk to take them to Manchester Park. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like in a span of like 4 different Hoover cliques. So that would have been like more logical for him to do that, for him to take them down there to the 50s. But I don't know, it might have just been a situation to where he was on that diss track and they was down there trolling in the 40s. And then he was just like, hey, matter of fact, let's go to the little park right here in the hood in the 50s. And they went down there. But obviously, you see how the dudes out the 50s feel. They wasn't with it. But I did want to just, bring that back and speak on. He was down there with a Hoover member. And we going to conclude that there. It's your boy, Young Ass.
Yeah, man, that was a pretty poor decision. But y'all know the deal already. Down to the left. Y'all know the rest. Free Avenue Angel Tweets free. We are gone.